We should sit here and listen to this.
No. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, wow. Good morning. Who knew you could start? That's very exciting.
I know. Jazzing it up.
I know. I'd like you to just run this meeting here today because I'm in a lousy mood.
I know, my turn.
This is how lousy my mood is. I'm having hot cocoa and tea. It's a 2-drink morning.
I have 3/4 of a mug of coffee, which I haven't started drinking yet, so that's my morning.
You're going to want to get right on that. I feel like the light's funny in here. It's kind of shadowy. I guess that's the kind of thing you try to fix before you go live.
No, it's highly overrated.
It's probably true. How are you all? Staying warm, I hope. Hope you're staying warm. I don't know how you would be, but I did go get into bed last night in just a jammy shirt thing and thought, again, how incredible it is that we have insulation, that it can be 40 below with the wind chill, and I can go to bed in a little long t-shirt thing and be fine. How is that possible? I mean, in the big picture of stuff to be gripey about, I don't have much to gripe about. I was warm in bed on one of the coldest nights of the year. So, you know, perspective is important. But I also have a friend who wrote to me to tell me what her therapist says to her, and I think maybe we've discussed this. But she said to me, after one morning Maz and I had said something about, you know, our rock bottom wasn't as bad as other people's rock bottoms or something. She said her therapist really encourages her not to qualify your own bad in some sort of hierarchical ranking. Because your bad is your bad, and you get to just experience that. I certainly am not coming to you today and saying, no one has ever suffered like I suffered. I'm just in a crummy place today. Some of you might have seen it because I put the blog post that I wrote this morning up, but we had this great guest scheduled. Biggest guest we have ever had by far. This man has shared the stage with presidents, with CEOs of Fortune 50 companies, written a ton of books. And I just reached out to him on LinkedIn recently because he posted that he was celebrating 33 years of sobriety. And amazingly, we got him booked for Daily Dose. And we were supposed to pre-record last night, and we were all set to go, and I could not make Zoom work. Couldn't do it. Didn't matter what we did, it would not let us in. It said all 3 of my accounts, 3 paid accounts, were not viable. That's not the word it used, but I can't think of it. So that opportunity came and went, totally unexplored, and we won't get it again. So I'm feeling very bad about that, and that's all I want to say today. So take it away, Dr. Mary. You have 12 minutes.
I thought you were going to read your blog and we were going to discuss stuff.
Oh, I'm not going to read it. Other people can read it. It's not that interesting. Can you relate it to anything? This might also not be a 15-minute blog today, or conversation today. Should I put on some music?
We might have. No, let me think quick. Dee, you're going to throw me under a bus here, Turnip.
Well, I thought you knew what we were doing. I'm sorry.
I thought we were going to discuss everything you mentioned in your blog.
I just laid it out.
And your link to Dead Poet Society, I thought would have been kind of interesting.
Oh, you want to talk about barbaric yapping?
No. Yes.
Well, that's from that.
Yes,
yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, so if you've seen Dead Poet Society, perhaps you feel about it the way I feel about it, in that it sort of hits all of my pluses. The only one missing is it's really not about, there are no women in that movie. One girl named Chris, but that movie embraces so much of what I love, English and poetry and literature and the 1950s and, you know, sort of breaking out of your box and feeling like you are trapped in something and wanting so desperately to seize the day. So Ethan Hawke's character Todd is this shy, timid boy, as many of you know. And Robin Williams gets him up and sort of bullies him into this emotional purging. And it's just such a powerful moment because to me, it signifies this idea that I'll only speak about myself. I feel like I am constantly being asked to fit into a small box. And the box is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And somehow I'm supposed to diminish myself to get in that box because other people are uncomfortable with my size. And I just want to, I just really right this minute, I want to swear in the worst possible way. Damn it, Bonnie Bowman, that you're on this thing all the time. That is not the swearing that I want to do either. I don't want to fit in that box.
Do you want me to randomly swear?
It might make me feel better. I have never wanted to fit in that box. And I sure as hell don't want to fit in that box now. And that's not the swearing I want to do either. I just want to be huge, which is ironic because one of the great problems with my entire life is that growing up I was just told over and over again what a big girl I was.
No, you don't want to be huge. You want broad media recognition.
Well, yeah, but that sounds so shallow.
Well, it's better than saying the word huge, love, especially for you.
It is about broad media recognition, but it's about broad media recognition because I want something more for myself and for everybody else who comes in contact with me. It's what I do at the Arts Partnership. It's what I did for Quinn. It's what I did for you. It's what I do. It's kind of my only purpose in life is I latch onto somebody and then I just fight like hell to get them where they need to go. Often to not great ends for myself. I hold on to stuff and people longer than I should. Thank goodness he got it figured out or I would have just been a doorknob. But I need a place where I can just barbarically yop and somebody says this, good job, not, ooh, I'm uncomfortable with that.
See, I told you this might make you feel
No,
bad.
now I just want to cry.
No, well, here you go then. There is a part of that particular movie where I've actually kind of known this for years, but since I met you, it has become more apparent. And this is coming from, of course, a plant biochemist. And if you want to be as cool as those kids, stay in plant school. There's a scene in that where he was talking about poetry, and Robin Williams' character says, engineering, science, plant science.
He doesn't say violence.
Medicine, these are noble pursuits, but poetry and art, we do those things because we're members of the human race. And that's what you do. So there you go.
In such a tiny way.
Doesn't matter. Small steps.
Screw small steps. I'm so damn tired of small steps. I'm so damn tired of small steps. The clock is freaking ticking. My stepdad died 9 years ago today at 65. If I only make it to 65, that's only 17 more years. I don't have time for small steps. Nor do I have the patience for it. And now would not be the time to sing the Have Patience song. I don't have time for it.
One of the wonderful things about enjoying sobriety is you know when to shut the fuck up.
Sure, Walter gets to swear, Mother. You're not going to say anything to him. You know what she said? She said to me? She said, "Thank you. That's enough." I'm sorry that this is a pity party for me.
No, sometimes can be what this is about. The daily dose thing. Sometimes life goes belly up for everyone, and kind of went belly up for us yesterday. So I think people will learn from this, and if you wanted me to have a link to that, you do learn from your I mean, it wasn't a mistake; it was a tragic set of errors, but it's not the end of the world. You take a breath and move on.
Slowly.
Yeah.
You take a dumbass shallow breath like you're in a corset, and then you just slowly take one more tiny step.
But I do believe you are quite proud of the fact that you can glide into a room in an 18th century dress. You had
Yeah,
to hold your breath for that, didn't you?
for all the good that's done me. There's no talking me out of just being in a lousy mood today.
She is heavily armed of chocolate, so the afternoon might get better.
I think we can be done.
All right, my turn.
We'll be back tomorrow. Actually, Maz showed me right before we went on a really, really great thing we're going to talk about tomorrow. And I will be in a better mood, or at the very least, I will act like I'm in a better
Yes,
mood.
it's my PhD thesis.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not that. I promise you, it's not that. It's
actually
highly interesting.
It's actually something someone might read. There you go.
Highly, highly interesting. And then I'm just going to preview for you that on Thursday, Thad Stafford is joining us.
Yes, that's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it is. I've known Thad since high school,
And
although I don't know him well.
he's a very nice human being too. So it's going to be a good talk.
Well, if the name sounds familiar to you, it's because unlike Dr. Mary, who got to go through his sobriety journey as privately as he chose to, Thad didn't have that luxury. Thad was on the cover of the newspaper because he'd been a police officer. So we're going to talk about that and all the other things, and mostly we're going to focus on the incredible journey that he's had since that.
He's a fantastic human being. So it's
So I'm probably going to go cry a little more, and by tomorrow morning I'll be good. So have an excellent day. Continue to stay warm. Drink some cocoa and some tea. Can't hurt anything. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
even try a full mug of coffee. There you go.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.